we're gonna go live here shortly. Love that it just takes a minute to kick on in and get the feel of having some fun and
you don't want me to say a whole lot about myself, right?
Whatever you want to say, and we are live. So now get ready. So hey everybody, Thomas Dubois here, just excited about life and 2022. I'm in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and Sara, you're down in Arvada, is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, Arvada, Colorado. And it is a wintry, cold, snowy looking. It's so cold right now that I think it's stopping the snow, but I think we're going to get hit pretty hard up here in the mountains. And so on that kind of day, what a day to get on YouTube and just talk about having a great year, talk about some things that we've learned over the last few months. Sara, I'm guiding my YouTube channel towards I think one of the biggest markets in the world is introducing people to the newness or getting them out of fear and into the digital currency, network marketing space, cryptocurrency space, and collaborative crowdfunding kibosh, all of that together, because any cryptocurrency takes community, anything takes community. Well, what I'd like to do is, as we focus in that direction every time that we got on here, because many of you all don't know out there in the YouTube audience that Sara and I are partners in business. We're friends. We have made it through thick and thin. We take our swords and let iron sharpen iron all the time. And we just appreciate each other more than we probably let each other know. And I know that I feel that way about you, Sara, but could you just take a minute and introduce yourself on a personal basis, and then we'll just have a little chat about the Nexus community and somebody starting off in cryptocurrency and things like that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it. And yes, I appreciate you just as much. And so welcome to YouTube. And I'm excited about this. This is my first YouTube. My name is Sara Warren, and I live in Arvada, Colorado. I am a mom of 2 great kids and 5 grandchildren. And so my message about that is it's never too late. It's never too late to learn something new. And trust me, this has been a learning curve, and it's been fun at the same time. And I have a background of many different careers, from personal development and holistic health. So the piece that I am excited about is learning about what is happening, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so, I'm excited about learning and bringing people to learn to it too, so that they're not kept in the cold. So
that is a great segue into we had this. So when you talk about the cryptocurrency space, usually you don't put banking in with it, because usually they're like a polar opposite, but now they're starting to collide. And your friendship with a good friend, starting to be a good friend of mine, but a lifelong friend of yours, Mr. Rusty and Lackey, I'll let you speak on that. But he's an ex-banker, and you were one to introduce him to the crypto space and to try to offer him something. And then actually that's now been him coming to us because of some really cool new person in the industry successes. But would you talk about how that transpired? I guess take it to right before you called me to do that Zoom with Rusty, and how that all went down.
Well, I will say that it's been an honor being a friend of Rusty's. He and I go back, I think it's like 22 years that we were in business together years ago. And gosh, it was so much fun. I loved that guy. And we have kept in touch this whole time. And he, prior to getting into network marketing, he actually was the senior vice president of Bank of America. And so I called him, oh gosh, I don't know, 8 months ago when we were involved in another program to introduce him to crypto, and he tiptoed in. And he has a son-in-law who is very active and it sounds like very astute in crypto. So he had that support there, and that was exciting. And so he started learning about it. And right before Rusty called me, oh, it's just been a few weeks actually.
Yeah, just 2, I think.
Gosh, we were, I think that there was some discouragement, there was some frustration that was going on. And to be honest with you, I wasn't having a whole lot of fun. So, and Rusty called me, and I trust the heck out of him because he, I always tease him, he vets everything. And I swear he'd vet his socks if he could, and he just is, I just trust him wholeheartedly. And so he introduced us to Jody and with Nexus, and we got on a call, and man, I mean, even though there's so much that I still need to learn, and some of it is like over my head, I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about it for a number of reasons. And I don't know if that was one of your questions for me to go into that, but I will continue because
no, absolutely beautiful. Because from discomfort to comfort, the Nexus community is not network marketing. So let's get that out there real clear, because all of us are from that background, and people know us from that background, that we don't make money off of any individual building this cryptocurrency community or more than that, blockchain community. So taking it from there to the True Badger, Nexus, NFI, NFT, community, Martian, all of the things going on. It's so wonderful to feel like I can share something with somebody that can benefit from it without me being financially compensated by them individually, as an individual, which I'm used to that in network marketing. And so with that being said, take us down that road of what you're excited about the community of True Badger, the community of Nexus, the community of Peter, Jody, and Rusty and us.
Absolutely. It starts with having known Rusty, and that's where it goes. It's like the ripple effect. I know that he doesn't hang out with sloughs, and he hangs out with some really awesome people, some very, very successful people. And he wouldn't have introduced it to me if he didn't have the confidence in me as well. And that's what I love about his support. And then it goes on to every single person that we have met, that I have met in from Jody to Peter to Corey to Dawn to all these people that are putting this together. I have such a good intuition. I have such a good feeling about their integrity because they are so transparent, and they have been real with all of us, and that we're building something for the future. And that's what I feel confident about. I also feel confident, just like you, Thomas, that we're offering something to people without feeling like it's going to, indirectly, it affects us all as a community.
Right.
Because we are building a community, and the bigger we build this community, the more successful Nexus is going to be. And I'm excited because of the projects they're bringing in. And most of all, what they are setting up for newbies in the industry. One of my first questions that I ask people is, are you familiar with cryptocurrency? And 95% of the responses are, yeah, but, I'm so afraid to get into it, or, I don't know anything about it. So it's like scary, or, yeah, I know I should, but, and it's such an opening statement for me, because it's like perfect, because this is the perfect system, that I feel so confident, like helping somebody open up a crypto.com wallet. I could do that. But then from that moment on, it's like, bam, I hook them into their helps, customer service, and they will walk you through from step to step. And, that gives me a lot of confidence. And also it's a stress reduction piece, knowing that
Right.
we don't have to spend all of our time helping people.
Well, let's step back just a second there, because I just put on the chat, as I was typing there, and as you all know, it's with one finger, so I have to really concentrate. So help.truebadger.io is that help desk that you just talked about, and so so that's absolutely awesome. And so what I absolutely love about this is that help desk. Help people. Let's just step back just a second. Help them understand, when you talk about that, what that means. And the word that I was looking for is Nexus ecosystem. So matter of fact, if you want to go to the PDFs to find out about nexusecosystem.io, and I noticed that somebody just tried to post another site on our talk as we're talking there. It's so funny how people do that. How that's kind of silly for them to do. We're talking about something and they're trying to recruit people to something else. And we're not trying to recruit anybody. We're trying to offer you a way to be a part of an ecosystem, that every project that comes to the ecosystem, you get to be a part of. And so we don't need the trolls doing stuff like that to us. So Sara, go right ahead and take it to the help desk. Why this would help somebody that's never been in crypto with the things that you just said, and explain that just a little bit.
Well, the first word that pops into my mind is patience. Sorry. And I say that excuse me. These people that are, the thing that makes Nexus ecosystem stand out is exactly this. It's the help center. There is no other company, no other blockchain, no other crypto or anything that offers you a face-to-face Zoom help. And I kid you not. So if you're dealing with your money and you are investing it in cryptocurrency, you want to be able to see the person that is walking you through this and helping you. And that's exactly what they do. They have a whole system where you sign up, they ask you if you have any experience, and if not, they'll put you with the right person. And from step one, I mean, even from purchasing cryptocurrency, they will walk you and stay on a Zoom with you so that you're seeing somebody face to face and you see a trusting person. They are so patient and so helpful. And they'll walk you through purchasing it, transferring it, opening up your MetaMask, buying your True Badger, your NFT, and your safest. And, they'll walk you through all of that. And the other thing that they're adding is that they're actually adding an educational line. So for continuing education. So as we have continued questions throughout, especially if you're new, and trust me, I will use it, just even learning terminology, knowing what's next, how to stay on top of things. And that's what I'm really loving about this, because they keep developing more to offer us so that we truly learn how to follow our money. And, and that's the key, is being responsible for learning. It's no different than following it in the stock market. You want to follow your money and not leave it up to somebody else. So what they're setting us up for is a win-win. They're setting us up to win in education and really preparing us for what's soon to happen in our future. And that's the little digital world.
Absolutely. We believe that everybody, knowing that this is the biggest transference of wealth that the world has ever seen, we have a mutual friend, Carl, that always says, as a financial advisor, that 5% of your money at least should be in the cryptocurrency space. Why wouldn't your portfolio have a piece of this great industry if it's going to have the returns that they're having? We've seen, me and you on one day saw some of the biggest returns we've ever seen, in a day's work, for sure. and that's been interesting and great. The whole growth pattern. We did a call on mindset for cryptocurrency, knowing that it's a roller coaster ride, knowing that you shouldn't use money that you can't afford, but also knowing that your whole goal in life should be for your money to be making you money.
Right.
And with that being said, at our ages, if not now, when? If not now, when? And if we do this, we hear Jody talk about it being a legacy all the time. And can't wait to have Jody and Rusty on here with us. Matter of fact, we'll do a 4-way panel or something, and just have them on here talking about the ecosystem. We have some new projects coming out. I'm going to put you on the spot here because I like to do that to my Sara.
Oh, yes, you do.
What do you know about Martians?
Well, Martians, they're another planet. For me, what I'm excited about, this is so funny because I'm not a gamer. Not
Right.
at all. I just watch my grandkids, and I go, oh, what are you playing? What are you doing here? And what excites me is that I'm in the process of texting my oldest grandchild to see, because he's really into NFTs and art and gaming. However, what I know about it is that they're taking this game and putting it in a movie. And this is one of our projects that's coming out. And even though I don't understand it completely, like I was on that call last night and I was like, going, wow, this is pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
And not just fascinating, but I am opening up my mind to futuristic projects that are totally out of my realm of thinking. However, it's about opening our minds to what's really happening in the world and where our young people are taking us. So when I said earlier, it's never too late to learn, I got a birthday coming up here in about a week and a half, and I'm like, oh, another year. And I'm going, well, another year to learn something, another year to start gaming. But they've got some really fascinating projects coming up. And, I think Peter was talking last night that they are going to be at the Super Bowl and promoting True Badger, which is one of the main coins or tokens of the Nexus, ecosystem. And
it is the main token, right?
And to be at the Super Bowl and they're working with some of the NFL players with this new game, The Martian.
NFTs.
Yeah, and the NFTs. I mean, it's overwhelming, but it's so fun, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about learning about it. And actually, I kind of downloaded the game last night. So
I got 127, the highest score I've gotten so far, 127. I see these on the leaderboard. I'm going, how in the world did they get to that? This thing's not that easy, but I'm having fun with it too. Well, let me go to that real quick. I love when this new project going into the Martian colliding with that gamer community and all of and more than that blockchain ecosystem crypto community that they have, that we're coming together to the Nexus platform. And he states, please don't try to know it all, because we're going to share it all with you. You're going to, when you get off work, be able to watch and catch up a little bit, or start playing the game and understanding, or buy a Martian in the NFT world and watch that process work. In business for me, Sara, and I know that you're kind of the same way, when I'm in it and getting paid on it, I'm then finding the way to understand it. I don't let any excuse stand in my way, but I got to be in the process. I got to be the wolf at the table. I got to go dive into the wolf pack and then understanding it. And then, so playing the game, listening to the guys talk over my head, I'm grabbing a little bit by little bit. And the NFT world's brand new to everybody, except for, pretty cool, just yesterday, I think it was, Nalani Trump put her second NFT out. So anywhere from politicians to my wrestlers in the UFC, to the Martian world, are in the space. If everybody's getting in the space, might we be in the right place? Talk about that for a second.
Wow. Yeah. And that's so true, Thomas, because, and I'll only speak for myself, having been involved in crypto for probably 5 to 6 years now or whatever. I didn't pay attention, and so because I didn't pay attention to my money, and I missed opportunities. And because I didn't pay attention to my money, I lost money. So, now that, we know, and I also believe that for me, I was ahead of my game to jump into it because I wasn't ready.
Right.
The timing is perfect. The timing is perfect for everybody because, so many banks are turning to crypto. So many companies are crypto. Look at what happened to Visa. I think they just announced they have millions and millions and millions of retailers that are going to be able to take crypto now. So it's an amazing growing industry, I guess you can say, and it's our future. And so for me, if I don't jump in, I'm risking too much because I want to learn because of my own personal experience. So for me, I can tell people I've set the pace for you because this is what I did. So don't do this,
Right. We learned so much.
Yeah, we learned a whole lot. And so I think, for me, I'm excited because we have personal connection to the Nexus community. And that's what I like.
Talk about DAO real quick.
Those guys are absolutely available for us.
What's a DAO, Sarah? Talk about DAO real quick.
Oh boy. I think
that we own it.
Yeah, we own it. And I don't even still understand what it is. And even Peter says he's learning about them. So
yeah, DAOs are where the token, if you're participating in the tokens of the community, especially True Badger, you're a part of a DAO, which is a self-propelled blockchain system owned by the people. That's my own definition. Nobody quote me on words there. But hey, real quick on the fun side, Andrea and Mark just said 397 last night. Martian Escape is fun and addicting. Mixed Martian Escape is the game, folks. Plug in, start learning about what they're doing. And also we put the Nexus system, nexussystem.io will give you a whole bunch of information, and truebadger.io. And when you get on there, mention that you saw it on Sarah's thing, but we don't get anything from that. It just might help them to guide you in some help, because if they know that Sara or I guided you there, they know that you that we needed a lot of help.
No, I think that the way they'll look at it is, we know we're committed to building this community. And it's because both of us have the heart to help people. And I personally, I want people, one, to learn from my previous experience, and number two, not to be caught in a very short period of time without knowing anything and then having to jump into this with no knowledge whatsoever and wanting to know where to go, where to start. And this is a perfect system to jump into, to really, put your toes in to the cryptocurrency world. And then what I know is what they have planned for us is we're talking huge wins. And one of the tokens that I really am excited about is the SAFU-FI, because that is a safe token. And what that actually does is it picks up any of the scams that are on the blockchain. And so to me, that gives me a lot of confidence. It gives me a lot of feeling that I know these people, that I know Peter and Corey and whoever is all on their team are about the people. And they talk about that. They don't talk about them being ahead of anything. They talk about us as a community, us as owners, us as participants, us as winners. And that's what I really am confident about referring people to this. And, you know, I'm excited. I'm having fun talking to people about it. And, you know, it's just, it fills my heart to know that we're going to make a difference for those that really want to jump in and learn.
I love the fact that one of the first things that Peter shared with us was showed us that at the beginning they had a couple people doing a pump and dump, and it created a big loss for everybody. And he was transparent about that. And they actually wrote software and put it into, you know, whatever the writings of the blockchain of the smart contracts, or however they did it. They have something that watches that and protects from pump and dumps happening with this community, so that we can have long-term success, so that we can have all of the things that we wish we would have been a part of, like their multi decentralized check and balance with the safe, where they would have to have your codes, my codes, and somebody else's codes to hack us. And that's almost impossible to do. It's almost impossible to do with two-factor anyway, but they're getting pretty smart out there. So I love that they're not only bringing it back to what was all of the problems that we had at the beginning. Okay, so when I say that, I can say that about me, but I know that Peter's story is the same, and his group and Corey and all of them are the same. That they said, how do people feel getting into this industry? We don't want them to have that. What can we do to make it safer? And what can we do to make it more sustainable? And then they're taking that to be an innovative in their program, to where it's one of the safest places I've felt since I've been in the cryptocurrency space. If nothing else can speak out to people from somebody that's been hacked twice, and honestly, my fault on one of them. Totally gave this guy wrong information. Totally dumb, Tommy, dumb. Okay, it was really dumb. And so I don't want anybody to be afraid of this industry when we talk about that. But we do want you to have a soft landing place and somebody to ask questions to, because I promise you, I can save a lot of people a lot of hassles on my own. But combine that with this great ecosystem of fun. I mean, gosh, burn parties and New Year's Eve parties online and all of that fun stuff that makes you feel that you are a part of the DAO, that you do have membership in it. I'm not going to probably dance like some of those crazy nuts did, but you know, they probably making more money than me. Now, at the end of the day, know that you have some goals. I know that I have some goals. I know that this is about multi-generational for me. And I believe that this is one of our diversified ways. And I've never heard them tell me, don't watch for shiny nickels, watch for shiny nickels, don't do this, don't do other things, because this world doesn't work that way anymore. Right. If you're doing other things, by the way, if you're in the crypto space and you're not doing other things, then you're making a mistake. You have to be diversified. That would be like saying, remember at the beginning, only Bitcoin, only Bitcoin, only Bitcoin. Well, it's, Bitcoin's great. And I own Bitcoin and I love Bitcoin. But with the money that I make, I want that to be to where my grandchildren have more than enough. I have more than enough now. Sara, you have more than enough now. We might be a little bit different levels of that, but I'm just broker at a business level because of the dog grooming shop and I'm just kidding about broke, because I don't claim to be broke. I claim to have more than enough. Matter of fact, one of the online stores that I just purchased is it's called More Than Enough. And and then the other store is called Way More Than Enough. So the Nexus system, the Badger system, the community of fun and multi-generational, Feels good that as long as as I gave them access to my MetaMask and like and a ledger, that if something happened to me, it's a life insurance for some of my children. Would you not agree?
For sure, for sure. And I'm right there with you with the legacy. You know, I'm probably at the last quarter, third of my life, you know, and I don't say that being a victim to it at all. I just,
No, right.
that's the truth. And, you know, and it really is about how can I support my kids, my grandchildren, you know, in a way that will leave them that legacy. And not just that piece of it, but the legacy of knowing that we made a difference in so many other people's lives in this community, and that we were a piece of that, you know, and that's what fills my heart, you know, is making a difference. And you know, so, and what I love about those guys, and you, I kid you not, they are fun. What I love about them, they're so authentic, you know, they get right in with the people. They're not way up here where you have to hold them, you know, to this high standard or anything. Their integrity, their authenticity is just, I love it. And I feel pretty intuitive about people, and I feel very, very good about this program and about this community, and I'm excited to be a part of it and excited to be partners, Thomas, and just to continue to keep, you know, touching lives, you know.
Right. We've also made a commitment this year, haven't we? To each other, to Andrea and Mark, who I work closely with as employees, to my wife, to me and you together, that we're going to enjoy doing whatever we're doing. And
Yeah.
if somebody or something is going to cause that, we're going to evaluate that and get back into enjoying what we're doing. So 2022 is going to be a year of enjoying, a year of spreading joy, love, and peace and prosperity around the world, because that's what we'll be able to do with the Nexus system and other things that we're doing, is start that ripple effect you talked about until somebody in South Africa changes their life.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
For sure. What a great way to start out a new year.
I'm telling you.
It's exciting. And
a lion never loses sleep over the opinion of sheep. And we're going to be the lions, roaring out some good prosperity and some good news around the world. Sara, I tell you, I thank you for coming on here with me. Guys, just get used to it. She's going to be a familiar face on the Thomas P. Dubois channel. I haven't decided yet, guys. I'm trying to figure out if I need to change my channel to another name or something going forward. We'll figure all of that out. And that's what we're doing, is figuring it out as we go. So if you're used to seeing all these fancy YouTubes and stuff, well, this is as fancy as you get this far. And so it'll be really cool to go back and look at this and see an interview or a time that we get on here and talk again a year from now and go, look at how cool our YouTube page is, man. Because right now it's been maybe 5 days, but we're doing it every day. And today is somebody that I admire, that I care about, and that I love, Miss Sara Warren. Thank you for being on here with us.
Thanks, Thomas, and Happy New Year to everybody, and wishing you all the blessings in the world. And thank you, Thomas, for having me on.